I'm going to show you how to update the logo. Now the logo is the most tricky part. Most logos that we create is going to look like the one on the website. It's either going to be a single line like this, or if the name is too long, it's going to be a double line. So let's go ahead and you have to have Photoshop. Now Photoshop is very cheap each month, so I encourage you to buy probably like $15 a month. But I encourage you to buy Photoshop. You're gonna open the microblading logo file, which I can give that to you. You hit create new. It's gonna open like this. Now you have to have this font on your computer. This is the font that kind of goes with the theme, and I'll send you this font as well. It's called EB Garment, and then this font here is called Montserrat. So if it's a logo that requires 2 lines, like this is a really long name, then you know, like this one's demo website. Notice it's too big, but let's say you wanted to increase the space, the area, you can. Or if you wanted to make it just 1 line, you can delete the line underneath. Then you can move this down. You can actually select this mover right here and move this down. And you can write the name you want to write. So like demo website. Notice it's too big, so you want to increase the space around it. You go to image, canvas size, then width. You can go, right now it's 1.5. You can put like a 2, and then 2 is good enough. But let's say you think it's too big. You want to select this little box right here, and you say I want it from here to here, and then so that's the size you want. You can go to image and you can go to crop, and then it allows you to crop. Let's say, oh, I want to center it now. You just go back here to the mover and you move it until you see the little line come up in the middle, right in the center. It tells you that it's in a center, and then you just center. Now when you save, you can't save with the white on the back. You have to remove the white. So you go right here on your right and you click on the little eyes right where it says rectangle or background. You want to click on the little eye and remove the background. So do you see this little checkboard? That means that this is transparent. See, the name of the company is Demo Website. So with this tool here on the left, I can move the name, or I can center the name. With this tool here, I can create squares or spaces, and then I can go to image, crop to crop it to that. I can back. Okay, so I'm going to use these two a lot. And then if I want to actually write with it on the name, I can click on the little T and then use that tool to click on top of it and write different things. Okay, if I want to increase the area, I can go to image, canvas size. I can increase the width. I'm going to make the width 4. I'm going to double it. And I'm going to make the height 1. So I'm going to quadruple it. And I just increase the area. Now when I'm done doing whatever I want to do, I can just take this little thing right here, the square. I can choose the area that I want to cut, like right here, and I can go to image, crop. Once I do that, I can go right here to the mover, and I'm going to make this centered. It's kind of hard to find the center, so one of the things I do, I go to view, I go new guide, and then there's a vertical guide and a horizontal guide. I type in 50% and it gives me a center guide. And then I go view, new guide, 50%, and I go to horizontal and I get a horizontal guide. Then I go back to moving. The moment that the line in the center turns, like, see how that, like, the line in the center turned pink, the one that's horizontal? It told me that my image is aligned with that. Now I'm just going to move it light to left until the line going up and down is horizontal. Sometimes it's hard to get that line to look horizontal. So what I recommend, you press Command and T. So Command and T. What that does is that puts a little center on your image. See that? Command and T. Watch, I'm going to press it again. And then you put that center right where the 2 lines meet, and then everything's centered. And then if you want to cut it even more, you can cut it. Okay, crop. Now if you want to change the color, you can just go back and highlight the whole thing, then go here and change color. If you want to change the color of the top and then the bottom you want to make it different, you can make it different. Okay. If you want to change the font on the bottom to that initial font, which is Montgomery, which is the two fonts that I recommend with this design, you can do that. And I made it smaller. Okay. So anyways, play with that. I would try to keep it the way I left it and just write right over it, as similar to how I left it as possible. And then it's either going to be that you're going to create the name for the client, or that the client's going to give you a logo. On my next video, I'm going to show you how to update a logo when a client gives it to you. Okay, so permanent cosmetic. Let's go ahead and save this. I'm not going to say, I'm just leave it alone because we're not doing anything. But once you actually make the logo, you remove the background. You go to File, you go to Save As. You save the logo with the name of the company, Demo Website, and you want to put it as PNG. That means it deletes the background for you. Save it as a PNG under Logos. So right now it says microblading here, and then right here it says microblading. Let me show you. So you go to Salient, you go to Header, Navigation, and then you go to remove, and then you upload the new logo. You go to Upload File, Logos, Demo Website. Sometimes if it takes forever for it to load, like right here, it's taking forever to load. Oh yeah, you just kind of wait, or you can always hit X and come back in here and it's still gonna keep loading. So yeah, so you just go ahead and you upload it, you hit select, don't worry about this. You hit select, you do the same here. You gotta add it to both areas, the top and the bottom, and you hit save. Now look, the logo is gonna change. When you refresh this page, it's gonna change here. Let's say you want the logo a little bit bigger, right? So you go over here, your logo height, you put 30, and you hit save. And you refresh it. Let's say you want it a little bit bigger. Let's pay 50. Let's say you really like this area, but you want to take the padding, the space here and the space here down. This is the header padding. Let's put it at a 5. See, I really like this. I'll go with this. Okay, so that's how you do the logo. Or you can put it like a 10. But that's how you do the logo. If a client sends you a logo, you kind of do the same thing. What you do, you just take that logo, like for example, I'll show you here, Creative Mind Lab, and I'm going to show you a logo that a client sent, and I'm going to show you what I did, what I do when I get a logo from a client. I do essentially the same thing. I just drop on, so let's go to Media. Disregard what I just did here. The way you're gonna get the logo is from the form that they send you. But yeah, so let's go to the forms, and then the submission entries. So this person right here sent us a logo. Which one was it? Beautifully. This one right here. View. So Natasha sent us a logo, right? This is upload your logo here. You click on it. You get the logo. Let's say you just literally drop this on Photoshop. Let me show you what I did to get this logo ready. Okay, I just dropped it on Photoshop. Hold on. Drop it on Photoshop. Okay, this is what I did. I knew that there's too much space here, too much space here, too much space here. I wanted as close to the edges as possible, and I noticed that there is like, you see that there's like a darkness here, darkness here, darkness here. That can't happen. Watch, let me show you why that cannot happen. If I were to save that as a PNG, beauty, watch. Save that as a PNG, watch. And if I were to actually go in here and upload that logo, it's gonna look really weird, right? Like I'm gonna have to change the background of the menu to match the logo background, okay? So, which is fine, but the problem is she did not send me a logo with a transparent background. Anytime you get a logo, it should really have a transparent background. So in this case, we're gonna have to figure this out. So let's see. Sometimes when it's taking time to load, you can get out and come back in. Sometimes if it doesn't work, you want to refresh the page. So hit save changes. Essentially, or you can refresh the page, whichever. And you go back here, and usually the image is there. So okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hit select, and we're gonna do the same here. Notice when I save this, it's gonna look really bad because the logo isn't on a background, transparent background, right? So you don't want that. You want the whole layout to have the same color as that, right? So you go to Photoshop and you find out what color is this background. So what you can do, you can just click on the little color here, and then you can touch the area that you want to know the color for. So it tells you 1B2215. That's the color for that. So you copy that color, then you come back to Salient right here where you're uploading the logo. You scroll down just a little bit. It's going to say header background color. You click on that, and you can actually put the color of that thing, and I'll show you how it's going to change. Right now it looks good. However, as you can see, there's still that marking right there, right? This is a graphic, it's not a logo. You see the marking, this darker color. So you want to delete that as well. So right here, what I do, I kind of try to delete as much of the background as possible. I click on the eraser here. I'm going to make the eraser a little bit big, like maybe this big. I'm going to use one like this. Not a solid one. If I get a solid one, it's kind of weird. I want one that has a little glow, so it allows me to erase without. So I just kind of start erasing around the logo because I want to keep most of it, but I don't want to show a box. I want to erase the box, okay? Okay, so I do that. I'm gonna get this as close to the edge as possible, this box. Okay, crop. I'm gonna move it around a little bit more. Okay, crop. Right there. So now I kind of erase the box. I'm gonna save it. Go Salient. I'm gonna go to header, remove it, upload. I'm gonna choose the plane, beautify. I'm also gonna make the logo bigger, but I want to first remove that box. So while that's uploading, I'm gonna go ahead and increase the size here. Let's say to 90. And then the padding to like 5. I'm going to remove a lot of the padding. Still uploading, taking forever. I'm going to hit save change. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to see if I already uploaded. Upload. Oh, it's right there. You just can't see it. But the name is there. I'm going to hit select and do the same thing here. Save changes. I'm going to, oh, let's refresh this thing. See that? Now, it's not going to look perfect. Like if you really zoom in, you can see how it's like slightly there's a shadow, but that's because of her file. A lot of clients give us really bad file, but I would be happy with this, especially because you don't want to spend too much time on it, and most people that aren't looking for that, they won't even notice the extra shadow there. So see, that's that. That's how you do logos, okay? Primarily you have to crop it, you have to get things exactly what they need to be. I'm gonna put this back in here. I'm gonna put like the 20 here. I'm gonna put like this 40 here. I'm gonna leave that there. Now, keep in mind to also check the mobile. You can upload the mobile one here. So always anything you do on desktop, when you're done with messing with the desktop, check everything in your mobile. And make sure you update. So go on your phone, go to this website on your phone, and make sure everything looks good on mobile as well. And you can mess with the colors on with the size on the mobile here. Okay, that's how you update the logo.